Hey family, what's up? It's Frank here again. Welcome to Frankly Speaking, and I hope you are having an awesome week and all is well with you. We've been talking about pivoting in 2021. We're talking about making the right changes in our plans, in our policies, in our behaviors, in our actions, and even in our strategies in order to get to an end goal. And that goal is whatever it is that God has for us to do and whatever it is that God has for us to be. That's what we've been talking about, pivoting. And when we're talking about pivoting, I want to give us some examples today. When we look in the game of basketball or in the world of dance, in order to pivot, a pivot really takes place when one foot is planted on the ground and you use an other foot to sort of spin the body around or rotate the body around into different positions. Now, especially with basketball, once that foot is planted, once that pivot foot is down, you're not able to reestablish to another pivot foot, and especially the same thing in dance. You won't be able to switch feet in order to make that happen because you have to stand on one foot or you have to stand on something in order to make that rotation or that spin happen. Well, how can we use that in our lives? That lets us know that in order to make the right pivot in your life, you're going to have to, first of all, be planted. You're going to have to stand on something solid so that you can make the right turn in your life. Because what you stand on and what you pivot on will make a huge difference. So I ask you today, what will you pivot on this year? What are you going to be planted on? Are you going to be planted on what people say about you? Or are you going to be planted on what God says about you and what you believe that God is going to do through you? Are you going to be planted on your past mistakes? Or are you going to be planted on God's grace in your life? Are you going to be planted on the shortcomings in your past? Or are you going to be planted on the mercies of God, knowing that He's going to take you and do everything He said He's going to do for you? Because we understand that His word never returns to Him void. So I want you to understand that today. In order to make the right pivot, you must be planted. And we want to plant ourselves on that goal, that dream, and more importantly, that word that God has given us to make the right shift and the right change in our life so that we could be everything that He's called us to be. I'm Frank, and this is Frankly Speaking.